helping bring you the latest training and technology and coaching with me. So I just want to make sure that you guys take advantage of that and invite some of your agent friends or colleagues to these calls. One, to hold each other accountable, right? You learn something new, and then it's up to you guys to go out and actually put the action in to execute on that. So looking forward to the new year. And again, like Dia said, the service level with EOG in Southern California is phenomenal. So I really love the team out there. All right, guys, let's dive into how you can master your CRM to fuel your business in 2025. What does that mean? Well, mastering a CRM just means taking step by step the approach to your database in terms of growing it, accurate data, and just hopefully you take a few nuggets away from today that you can implement or jot down that you can then execute on. Like I asked earlier, a lot of times I meet with agents and they want to start generating leads, which is awesome. But if you don't have a solid foundation of where those leads are going to go into, or your follow-up process, or you don't have to be generating leads, but maybe you're sitting open houses or you're out networking and you don't have a system in place to then take that information and not just have a single place of where all that's stored, but have a system that you can start marketing to those people, stay in touch, and just have data in a way that you can target market certain demographics, right? Your open house leads are going to get a different message or conversation than your past clients, right? Do you even have all your past clients in a database or organized in a way that you're reaching out to them? Are you reaching out to them? What does that schedule look like? So as we near the end of the year, still cannot believe it, I want to make sure that you guys are thinking about what does your communication schedule look like, right? That goes hand in hand with your database. So you have this database of people, but then what are you doing to communicate with them, right? Don't just check a box and, oh, I put them in my database, they're there, and then you never use all the features and tools or even communicate to those people in there. A database is going to help you stay organized and be consistent with that communication so that you can stay in front of your people or potential prospects more often, be more efficient, and just provide more value to them. So as you're, gearing up for the new year, whether it's during this call or after, I want you guys to think about, what does that communication schedule look like? Am I going to communicate to my past clients once a month, once a quarter? My potential prospects, my homeowners, or my buyers, how often am I going to communicate to them? And what message am I going to deliver to them? Like I was saying, your message to buyers are going to be different than to your message to sellers. You want to make sure that you're tailoring that narrative and the message that you're getting out to them specifically to that demographic, so it's more personable and you're building that trust and relationship at a deeper level. So let's go ahead and get started. Couple stats here that go along the lines of us not being consistent with our CRM and data. So 88% of all homeowners said that they would use their real estate agent again. That's a substantial amount, right? 88%. Yet only 12% of homeowners actually do. Now, a lot of times when I talk to agents, and I'm going to tell you guys a story here in a minute, they always say, oh, they ended up going with somebody else, right? Nobody's loyal. And there's truth to that. I will give you that. There's truth to that. However, what did we do on our part to make sure that we stayed in front of them? Did we communicate with them enough? Or did the transaction close and maybe we thought about them 6 months later, a year later, or whatever the time may be. We're like, oh yeah, I wonder how they're doing. They may have already sold. Okay. So when we look at these stats and the data, I want you guys to remember, consumers or homeowners who end up selling with somebody else most likely did because that person ended up being in front of them more often, or just the timing was just right That person went in and was able to reach the deal. It most likely was nothing to do with you other than the fact that they just forgot, right? Again, we didn't stay in touch with them enough or with valuable information to make sure that they call us back. So just remember, 88% of homeowners said they would use their agent again, yet only 12% do. So there's a gap there that it's up to us to fill. And I want to make sure in 2025, you guys have the solid foundation with your CRM, or at least the communication that you're going to have with those people within that CRM. I think it was Mikhail saying Excel, starting with Excel, which is great. Have all those people on there, but at the same token, what does that communication schedule look like? Okay. In general, agents typically lose about 20% of their clients annually just due to failure, attrition, due to a failure of not staying in touch with them. So losing 20% of your business annually is substantial. When you look at maybe not this past year, right? Sales have been quite soft for everybody in every market last couple of years. But if you look at some of your prime years or more your consistent years, if you lost 20% of that GCI, I'm going to go ahead and say that's pretty substantial, right? 20% income cut is quite a bit. So again, this is important for you guys to ensure that you're gonna stay consistent with the business that you're closing and avoid that roller coaster effect going through. And 82% of real estate business comes from repeat clients and referrals. So you want to make sure that you are, of course, staying in touch with them. All right, so here's my little story. If you've been on some of these calls before, maybe you've heard of it before. Welcome, Jennifer, Crystal. Just taking a look. Everyone else jumping on here. Whoops. Just making sure. If you guys want to, I'm allowing everyone to speak, or you can throw it in the chat box. If you guys have questions, feedback, or any input as we go through this, feel free to unmute yourself and interrupt as we go through. But this agent here in Scottsdale, Arizona, she's a good friend of mine and does fairly good business, between 40 to 50 million a year. Not bad. Definitely not the last 12 months, but typically that's where she's at. A couple years ago, she came to me and she's always talked about database and CRM. I need to get it organized. I need to do this, right? And I give her tips and pointers. And at the end of the day, this is our business. We have to have skin in the game. So if you're not going to take action, right, you got to take action on this. But so she came to me and said, I'm ready to do this. I need your help. Where do I start? So I said, well, let's take, she's been licensed since 2002. She sold in Chicago, but mainly has sold here in the Arizona market. Been licensed since 2002. I said, let's start with just the last 2 years. Okay. And this is my same suggestion to you guys. Start with the last 2 years of your past clients. Get them in first. So I said, let's start there. Cool. We got that done. And then I said, let's go back 2 more years. I broke it down 2 years because it's a lot easier to manage than, all right, we're going to go back 10 years, right? It's a little overwhelming. So 2 years at a time. We ended up going back, I think, like 6 years, because it just got too devastating for her. Literally, she's in tears. Because even in the last 2 years, when we went through and pulled data and saw that someone she sold to 18 months ago ended up selling with another agent, it was devastating. Because when she saw the amount of commission and GCI that she lost because she did not stay in touch, she was very transactional. She's very transactional. Transactional close. She would do a gift or go do a closing dinner or something with them, but then just lost touch. Did not stay in touch with them. Did not have some type of schedule in place. Did not have all her data in order for her to be able to stay in touch with them. And so literally she was in tears because we're talking 6 figures in GCI that she had lost, which is substantial. She's a great agent. You all are great agents. It's just we don't stay in touch with our people. And a lot of times, and we're going to talk about this, is we're just afraid to communicate with them because we feel like we may be annoying them or maybe over communicating. But I'll tell you this, if you are communicating or you're providing valuable content, I'm not talking about, oh, if you know anybody, buy or sell with me. No, you know, local things that are happening, or, maintenance tips or resources in terms of local vendors. Hey, if you need a good landscaper, just wanted you to know, met this person, they're doing my own landscaping, was super impressed with them, very professional. I've referred them to clients. I wanted to make sure you had a great landscaper as well. Pool cleaning company, right? Whatever the value is. Maybe there's new businesses opening, or maybe there's local laws that would affect homeowners, or anything like that, right? Of course, in addition to like market updates and all that good stuff. But I don't want you guys to be afraid to communicate with these people, even if it's once a month or once a week or once a quarter, whatever you're comfortable to start with, but only fear that you're over communicating if you're not providing value. And what I mean by that is anytime you, and this goes with social media and everything else too, but anytime you guys are sending out communication, read through it, sit back and ask yourself, if I read this, do I think, wow, this is valuable? Or would I find this useful? Something like that. And if the answer is no, if you're just checking a box and putting just, random stuff out there, or just, doing it on the fly, you probably don't want to send that out, right? That's when you should be worried about over communicating. Okay, that's even us as consumers, where we even get annoyed, right? With that kind of stuff. So I don't want you guys to be afraid that you're over communicating, as long as the message and content you guys are putting out there is valuable for the end reader. All right, so that's my story there. Hopefully that inspired you. I don't want you guys to lose any of your clients or any potential GCI or revenue because you're not staying in front of your people. It happens every single day. And I want to be honest, you guys aren't alone, right? Everyone on the call struggles with database. I was in Nashville last week talking about CRM and database, and it's across the board. It's just the industry. So hopefully you can take some bits and pieces away from today to make it easier to stay on top of your database. All right, so when we think about our database, I want you guys to have the growth mindset. Always think about growing your database, increasing the amount of contacts you have in there. Your CRM is the longevity of your business. Okay, so you want to always be adding to it so that you don't have to chase new leads and business for the rest of your life. I mean, the example that I gave you with my friend who's an agent, she was very transactional. She's chasing. She's like, man, I just can't be forever. I'm running ragged. I'm trying to convert all these leads and stuff. Yeah, if you focus on your database and you stay in touch with those people and your referral business increases substantially, you're not chasing so much and business starts to come to you, because now your marketing is aligning with your content and your systems. Okay, so going into the new year, I want you guys to think about a number of, it could be weekly, it could be monthly, but think of a number of new contacts you want to add into your database every single week or every single month. So let's say it's 5 new contacts in your database a month. Okay, 5 new contacts. If that sounds overwhelming, start with 3. Okay, or maybe it's 10 a month, whatever it may be. We are around people all the time, whether it's our hairdresser, our accountant, or an open house, or we're at a coffee shop and we have a conversation with somebody and we get their card, or an attorney, or whoever it may be, or another agent in feeder markets. Do not be afraid to add agents in your database. You just want to make sure that you're segmenting them and you're tagging them, because they're going to get a different message than your clients. All right. So I want you guys to set a goal, whether it's weekly, monthly, or whatever frequency, and whatever number you can manage and commit to. You can always grow it, right? But get through the behavior change first, and set a goal for how many you want to add into your database. This allows you to organize your contacts and data within your platform or whatever CRM, or maybe it's Excel. And we're going to go through some of the tags and segments that I would suggest and give you guys some ideas. But this allows you to target market. if I send a buyer email campaign out or video or whatever it is to everybody in my database, it's not going to be so relevant to those sellers or homeowners or to the agents or to even prospects, for your sphere or whatever it is, right? You want to make sure that your message is tailored to whoever your audience is. Same for past clients, right? They're going to get a little bit more personal feel, maybe some more resources from you since they are a client in there. But you want to segment those out. So like open house leads, sellers, buyers, referral partners or agents, maybe internet leads, however you work that, social media leads, however you want to do that. But you want to make sure that they're organized and segmented so that you can target market them. Your CRM, whichever one you decide to go with, is also going to substantially help you manage those relationships. It's going to offer a better experience for those people in your database, for your clients, for your prospects, because you're going to be more consistent. It's going to be, you're going to be able to set up certain campaigns for them. But it's just a better way for you to manage your relationships. A lot of CRMs outside of an Excel sheet or CSV will keep you informed of key dates like home anniversary dates or birthdays, or it'll allow you to have notes to add in there. Maybe they were adopting a new kid, or maybe when you called a certain prospect, they were taking their animal to the vet, right? So then when you follow up with them, you're checking on the animal, right? The dog, the cat, whoever it may be. So it allows you to manage those relationships a lot better and even see, right? Maybe I talk about your marketing warriors and VIPs down here. Maybe you can track how many people that one contact has referred you. Here's my question. Has any, and maybe you can throw this in the chat box. Let me make sure everyone can leverage that there. But if you can throw it in the chat box, who on the call has gotten a referral of a client from one of their friends or family or whatever it may be, from someone? You got a referral from somebody this year. Anybody? Dia did all the time. Elizabeth, right? When is the last time what did you do to show appreciation for that referral? Right? These are my marketing warriors. These are my VIPs. What process or what do you have in place to thank them? And it doesn't have to be monetary. It could be, something else. Maybe you're taking them to lunch, right? That is monetary, but maybe it's something, right? Jennifer said, sent a card and a gift. I love it, right? But I tag those as my VIPs. Those are my marketing warriors. That's people that were impressed with me or just like me, or they may not even have done a deal with me, but they appreciate and our personalities mix, whatever the reason may be, but they're out there promoting me and my service. That's a VIP. That is a non-paid employee getting your brand out there, getting your message out there. I want you guys to double down on those in 2025. And hey, Christmas is next week. Not that everybody celebrates Christmas, but it's the end of the year between Thanksgiving and Christmas. A lot to be thankful and grateful for. Maybe it's a quick phone call or even a video text or just a text or something, reaching out to them saying, I just wanted to say, real estate has been tough the last couple of years. It's been a softer market. And I just want to say thank you so much for being one of the best things about my business and helping me help others, right? Just giving them, that thankfulness and gratitude of them sending you those referrals. So Elizabeth said, what is good to do? It's up to you guys. But my point is that you should treat them like true VIPs. So again, I've taken them out to eat. I've done gift baskets and things like that as well to show appreciation. Again, whatever is legal in your market, but you got to do something to make sure that those VIPs or your marketing warriors are getting the love too. You got to love them back. They're out there helping promote your business. You got to give them some love too. So make sure that is a priority for that. Jennifer said, I send something initially and then thank again when referral closes. I love that. Yeah. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate that. And then you're following up once it closes and say, hey, this deal closed. It was fantastic. I really appreciate it. So again, doesn't have to be anything crazy. I just want to make sure that they're getting a special message because they are going to be a huge part of your database and continued growth in business. I put this in parentheses here under manager relationship because on Facebook, you can create custom friends lists. And what I mean by that is you can go in and create a list that says past clients, and then you can put in any past clients that you're friends with on Facebook on that list. And then when you make a post on Facebook, you can, under the caption or under the post bar, you can choose which audience you want to get this or the ones that you only want to see this. And it could be your past clients. Like, hey, I just wanted to say thank you, or hey, I wanted to put this out there as a resource or whatever it is. Same with your agents. If you have agent friends on there, put all agents that you know on a list, agent partners, and a message post on Facebook will be custom to them. Maybe your sphere of influence, maybe family, whatever it may be. But know that you can manage your relationships better on Facebook as well by creating custom friends lists. Okay, so it allows you to target market. That is a huge message out of today, is just having your data organized and in order so that your marketing can be better. So it's not a blanket catch-all, right? Make it a lot more personable. All right, let's talk about the CSV file. If you just want a basic foundation to start, even if you have a database and you're like, I don't even know what's in there, I just need a fresh start, scan this QR code. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like really quick in there. And then I can always throw the link in the chat as well. You guys get, but I'll wait 1 second for everyone to scan that. But again, if you just need a solid starting point for the new year, this is the template that you can use. So let me come over here. This is the template, okay? So it's not anything crazy. You break it down, first name, last name, different fields. Please make sure names are in different fields. Email, phone, birthday, home anniversary, if you have them, spouse or partner information, if you have that. And then also the address. Please make sure street is separate than city and state and zip. All right. And then there's a notes category there too. So again, if you just want a starting point, this is where it's at. But make sure that you are breaking up this information. Because if you have first and last name in one field, most platforms that you import and export out of separate them, almost all of them. So it's always difficult to leverage certain databases and CRMs that have those custom fields or separated fields if you don't have that in your CSV file. Okay. So again, first name, last name, email, all this stuff. The most critical, I would say, are A through D in addition to the address. Okay. Maybe you need to go through and update the addresses. Maybe they moved. As you're going through and you're going through the last 2 years of your past sales and you're adding them on here and then it looks like they moved, maybe you're calling them to get their updated address. Hopefully they used you, but hopefully you can get their updated information. But this is a great starting point. I always say, a lot of you are going to be seasoned agents on the call, but start with, the first 25. Make a goal to get 25 people on here as your starting point. But you can leverage this if you want to, if you want just a starting point to get your database going. Elizabeth, raise your hand. I think you can unmute yourself, maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I just pulled it up from your QR code, and is that something you do on your phone, or because it says here get the app, so you get that app on the phone, or what is that?
So this is a Google Sheet, which is like Google's version of Excel. They work hand in hand in communication. But let me just share the link in the chat box for you to save as well.
So
this
is better than Excel because it looks exactly like Excel.
It's pretty much the same. It's just Google's version. And if you're gonna download this and then you're gonna use it in Excel, it'll go into Excel perfectly. It'll go into Excel
Okay.
perfectly. So let me throw this in the chat box in case you need. You probably don't have the Google Sheet app downloaded or Google Drive app downloaded, maybe probably the Google Sheet one, which is why it's asking you to download that. But if you download it from your computer, you can open it up in Excel just like normal. Notice down here at the bottom, I also have some tabs, okay? Because we're talking about segmenting. So again, maybe this tab, I'm gonna have all my past clients, open house. This is fully editable. You just have to go in and rename it or whoever you want to actually put on here. Maybe you have your homeowner prospects or listing prospects, your buyers, your sphere of influence. Maybe you add another one in here for your VIPs. However you want to organize that, but please make sure that you guys are segmenting or tagging or categorizing your contacts, into certain groups. Again, so when you import them, most systems allow you to create a tag or a segment so that that is tied to them. So then you can easily pull them up in your CRM, all your past clients, only see your past clients, and then you can market to them specifically in there. So again, you can go through, customize this however you want to do it, but highly encourage you to segment your contacts. All right, let me go back here real quick. Then we'll talk about this. All right, couple CRM best practices. As you're going through and setting up your process and system for 2025, first you got to decide you're going to commit to building your database. Okay, so add it to your calendar now for every month. Okay, you should be in your database daily. You should be in your database or CRM daily, meaning if you're using like an actual CRM outside of an Excel sheet, they should give you insights, activity, who's doing what, all that good stuff. So reminders on home anniversaries and birthdays, right? So you want to be in your database daily, but you need to audit and optimize your database monthly. Okay. So you got to commit to that now for 2025. You're going to add it to your calendar so it's already on there. And once a month, you're going to spend an hour just going through and making sure everything is tidy and good to go. You also want to organize your contacts, right? We just talked about that. So you want to make sure that your contacts are organized in a clean way that you can easily access them and be able to, market to them specific on whatever tag or segment that they are in. You want to make sure that their data is accurate. If there's emails that need to be updated, addresses that need to be updated, did a client of yours get a divorce or something, right? And you got to now clean that up and make sure now there's two profiles for those. And again, accurate data, address, did they move? I love the end of the year or certain holidays because it's an excuse to reach out and say, hey, I'm updating my CRM or updating my information. I want to make sure that you don't miss anything that I'm sending out, or I have some important information I want to share. I just want to make sure I have the right contact information, right? If anything comes back bounced or anything like that, you just want to make sure that you're going in and actually updating that data. It's going to allow you to help manage your relationships. So how are you going to do that through your CRM? Well, you're going to want to stay in touch with them, right? And your network. So what does the communication look like? In that once a month, are you sending out a market update, right? There's certain drip campaigns that can go out to everybody, but don't let drip campaigns be the ultimate communication method for you. Drip campaigns and automation within CRMs and databases is insurance. Meaning, if you get super busy one month and you forgot to send something out that's more targeted and personable, they're at least getting something automated by the system from you. Whether it's a holiday drip campaign, so every month you're picking a holiday. A lot of these platforms have them auto-loaded in there. So January, maybe they're getting a Martin Luther King one, and February, Valentine's Day, and and so on, so on. So they're at least getting something, but don't let automation replace your communication. Okay. The automation part of it is insurance. It's that safety net. So they at least are getting something. All right. And it's going to allow you, again, just keep in touch with them. You're going to be able to target market them as you segment them out. So you just want to make sure, but you got to start from the very beginning. You got to have that solid foundation. First, I need all my contacts together. I need them to be organized. And then I can load them into a system. And then I can leverage the automation part of it for insurance. But I can better manage those relationships because I'm going to get key data, key insights through a CRM or database. And I have a set communication schedule. I don't care if you write it on a piece of paper and just have it posted by your computer that once a month you're sending this out. And then what does that communication look like? In January, is it maintenance tips, right? You got to kind of break that down. But even if you're just writing that out on a piece of paper and saying, okay, monthly, I'm committing to communicating to each segment once a month. Remember, valuable information. You got to out communicate the competition, but you don't want to be so salesy with it. All right. So I have agents that email once a week, but it's valuable information. It's not, hey, do you know? Or hey, here's this new listing, or hey, here's this new property. Valuable information, checklists, maintenance tips, even tips, staging tips, or hey, here's one. What's the trend in colors, interior design colors for 2025? Paint companies release those all the time. Those are interesting, right? To keep up with the trends, increase your home value. Here's 5 ways you can increase your home value. Things like that, okay? That you can go out. We have to treat our business like a business, right? I know we hang our license with the brokerage, but we are 1099. This is our own business, which is so exciting. But we have to treat it in a CRM and database as part of that. Let's look at companies like Target, Ulta, Best Buy, any company, food places, right? You sign up for rewards and all that stuff. How much communication do we get from them on a daily basis? Because they know how important that data is. They know how important it is to stay in front of their customers because they have 1,000,001 options out there. And so they have to out communicate the competition. That's the same mindset I want you guys to think about. We have to stay in front of our prospects and sphere so that a competitor does not come in and send them something that they find valuable or just the perfect timing and we haven't stayed in touch with them. And now we lost that potential deal, right? So huge with that. Here's some segment suggestions for you to consider. There's plenty more, but some for you guys to kind of get the wheels going and to think about. So of course we talk your past clients, right? Those should be on a segment or tagged separately. Your VIPs, right? Maybe those aren't past clients. I have a lot of VIPs that aren't past clients, but they send me a lot of referrals. Okay. So again, you want to make sure that you have these divided up in that way. Buyers, of course, sellers, open house leads, maybe by price point. What I mean by that is a lot of CRMs and databases out there, you can filter by potential price point of what they're looking at, especially if they have searches, saved searches and stuff on your website or your CRM or however they're searching homes on your platform. You're going to get an average price point of what they're looking for. So if you have a new listing and you have all your buyers tagged and you have in there somewhere that you can filter by price point of what they're looking for, you can say, hey, I know your budget was X amount. I just got this new listing, or my colleague just came across this new listing. It's coming soon. It fits right in your price point and checks a lot of the boxes. I wanted to make sure I got this over to you. Right? So again, the message is going to be specific. Sellers. Military VA. I give that example because maybe you are in a niche. I just got off a coaching call with someone who specializes, they have their SRES, so senior, whatever it is, right? And they specialize in that niche. and she works with those that are, downsizing, or they're selling their estate and going into assisted living or something like that. So maybe that's a niche for you. Okay, but military VA, right? Maybe there's updates with VA loans or programs or anything like that. Or maybe you offer a special program for them. First time home buyers, teachers, medical, right? First responders. Any of those different demographics, if that's one of your niches, make sure that you have those in your database that are part of that niche labeled. Because again, you're going to have specific communication to them on that. Elizabeth.
I was just wondering, maybe I don't see everything in the chat. Somehow maybe I am set up incorrectly, because I don't see the link that you put in the chat.
You are exactly right. There we go.
Oh,
Apologize for
thank
that.
you. Thank you. Thank
It
you.
went to hosts and panelists, so I basically sent it to myself. I just sent it to everybody. Do you see that in there now?
Yeah, we can see it now.
Beautiful. Awesome, guys. Cash buyers, right? Get you maybe have a great investor deal or something that's going to require cash. Maybe you can pull all those up in your database. Internet leads, referral partners, agents, and feeder markets. I want you guys to think about feeder markets and growing your referral business to those agents. You got to understand where the influx or who's moving to your market, and you need to work with the agents in those markets those people are selling in so that you can capture that business. LinkedIn is a huge platform to be able to go on and build up those referral partners. Vendors, even, title, escrow, anything like that, mortgage, home warranty, all that good stuff. Investors, relocation, maybe relocation's your niche in there, and there's a ton more that you could go through. So maybe some of these work for you, maybe not, maybe you have some of your own ideas. But as you're, getting your database organized and in order, I want you guys to break up different groups of your contacts. So again, that you can make sure that your messaging is correct and you're able to market to them better in 2025. Any questions on that? Cool. Oops. All right, who to add to your database? At the end of the day, you get it at this point, everybody that you know, right? That owns a home. I'm not saying going in to add every agent in your market. No, when I say agents, I mean feeder markets. Okay. Because I know, like, even on Facebook, a lot of agents are like, oh, I don't want to add, agents on Facebook or anything like that, but leverage those lists. Leverage those lists on there. You can even exclude who can see your post if they're in list. So if you're one of those agents that don't want agents to see what marketing and stuff you're doing, you can even exclude them from seeing that by building out those custom lists on Facebook. But for sure, your past clients need to be priority. That should be first. At least start with the last 2 years and then go the previous 2 years and then the next 2 years. Okay. But you got to make sure all your past clients are in there. Sphere of influence, right? Family, friends, people that are around us. Business owners. Leverage business owners. If you ever partner with them on marketing, or maybe they're maybe it's a new local coffee shop, or maybe you're in a BNI or something like that. Even accountants or lawyers or anything like that, partner with them. Okay. But you want to add them to your database because again, you can do certain events and stuff with them. Maybe it's a new coffee shop or a business owner that even charity organizations, right? Those are huge. But the beautiful thing about local business owners is that they know a lot of local people. A lot of local people. So again, if you're starting to reach out to them and stay in contact with business owners in your local market, and now you're collaborating and you're doing a video together that you're going to send out to your database to promote, or you're doing a video with them that they're going to now be able to post on their social media channels. Right? You're coming to them, you said, hey, I want to spotlight a local business. Can you talk to me about passion behind this business, why this local market, and why why should somebody come to your business, right? What is the value there? Maybe it's the best coffee they have, or maybe they brew it differently, or whatever it is. Maybe it's a charity organization that you want to bring more awareness to. But start working those relationships because they know a lot of people and they end up sending you referrals. Again, local business owners know a lot of local people. So if that's one lead pillar that you're going to lean into in 2025, I would say that's a great decision. Because it has been substantial for the agents that I coach on for that partner with them. And again, you're providing valuable content. You're interviewing them almost. Or again, maybe it's an animal rescue or a food drive or a local school. School starts back in January. Maybe you're talking to teachers or the principal or whatever it may be, right? But think about those and how you can leverage those relationships, possibly give back, but also bring more awareness to you and your business and leverage their network of people as well. Geographic farms, if you're farming or you're getting farming data from your vendor partners, whoever it is, you want to make sure that that farm itself is segmented, because that is definitely going to get different communication than some of these other ones on there as well. And of course, we talked about agents and feeder markets, okay? So you want to leverage those. Let's talk about the communication part of it a little bit more. So it's all about authentic value in the content and communication. You have to be authentic. Do not just check a box. Oh my gosh, Justin told me I need to send something out in January, so I'm just going to hurry up and throw something together. It goes hand in hand with your message on Facebook or all these other social media platforms or a blog. I want you guys to put a little bit more thought into the content that you're putting out. This includes email communication, blogs, social media content. Authentic value. Don't just check the box. What do I mean by that? Is if you're going to send an email, beef it up a little bit. Again, maybe it's the 5 interior design trends to look out for in 2025 that can increase your home value, or whatever it is. You can use ChatGPT for a ton of suggestions. If you need suggestions, email me. I'll happily give you 100. But you want to make sure that you're beefing up those captions, you're beefing up the blogs, and your emails. Even if you're going to do drip campaigns for some of these segments, leverage ChatGPT. There's still a free version. There's tons of different GPTs out there that can help create content for you. But you want to make sure that you are creating content that's valuable. Again, read it. Before you send it out, read it. And do you find value in what that is? And if the answer is no, you're like, it's okay. I would start over. I would just make an attempt to make it more valuable. And this is what's going to help you, right? This bullet on the right side, out-communicate competition and don't be afraid that you're annoying them. If it's valuable content, you're not going to annoy them. Okay? If it's valuable content, you're not going to annoy them. So again, I have agents that communicate weekly, monthly, quarterly. And of course, agents that never communicate. And that's not going to be any of you on the call, because you are going to be committed to getting your database and communication process and schedule in order for 2025. First of all, we're a week out from the holiday, from Christmas, and very near the end of the year. The fact that you guys showed up to today's call, I commend you for that. I really do, because you took time out of what most agents typically pump the brakes the last couple months of the year. You guys are showing up to possibly learn something new, or take a couple gold nuggets away from today that you can implement, or even just a slight motivation to add it to your calendar, actually execute on. Okay. So again, I commend you all for joining us on the call, and shows that you're dedicated to your business. You want to do better, and you want to grow. So it's very exciting. Couple things to think about. And then I'm going to do a quick reminder on a challenge that I want you guys to take advantage of. But I want you to start with your past claims. Okay, this is kind of your homework. I want you to start with your past claims. Whether it's maybe you've only been licensed for 2 years. Okay, It's a lot easier than the person that's been licensed since 2002. And I'm not saying go back to 2002. A lot of that data is probably not even available. Okay. But I want you to go back far enough, probably the last 5 years, 5 to 7 years. Okay. The average person that lives in a home, it fluctuates a little bit, it's a little bit longer, but I want you to start with the last 2 years and then go from there. Okay. And I want you to go through your phone. And this beautiful thing that we all have. And I want you to make sure that you didn't miss anybody in terms of other segments. Okay. So again, maybe your accountant. Your accountant should also get your marketing. If you have an attorney, if you have an insurance person, if you have any of those people, right? Build relationships with them. How can you leverage them in your business? Do you refer clients to them? They absolutely should be getting communication from you. Go through your phone. Go through that beautiful email. Audit your social networks. Did I miss anybody? Okay. But I definitely start with your past clients and then go from there. I want you guys to make your past clients or VIPs priority this month. I know we're getting down to the wire, so it's getting tough. This would be the week to reach out to them and just call them and say, hey, I wanted to catch you before you were, I mean, everyone's knee deep in the holiday at this point, but catch you before the holiday next week. I know it's get crazy. I just wanted to reach out and say thank you so much. And, whether you sold them something this year or you worked with them in the past, just wishing them and their family an awesome holiday and looking forward to a great 2025. Quick, does not need to be long. Or maybe it's a text, whatever it is. Okay. But those past clients need to get something this month if they haven't already. Or a lot of times you can flip the script and maybe you're going to send them something the first week of the new year, right? You're going to bypass, we all get cards and all that kind of stuff during the last couple of months, especially December. Maybe you're going to flip it and now it's going to be a new year thing. Okay. But whatever it is, I want you to make a plan and I want you to make them a priority to get something special from you, whether it's a phone call, a text, a card, an email, or video, whatever it is. Okay. That goes the same for your VIPs. Maybe they haven't done a deal with you, but they've referred you something this year. Even if it's another agent. If you got a referral from another agent in another market, it absolutely should be getting a phone call from you. Hey, I know here's the thing. Those referral partners and agents understand the pain points we faced over the last couple of years in a much softer market. Okay. So it's relatable. Hey, I know the last year has been great and I'm looking forward to some downtime with the family next week. I just wanted to thank you so much for that referral you sent me back in April. Looking forward to do business again together. And if anything comes up on my end, I will make sure that you are my call. Okay. Something simple, does not need to be crazy. And the other thing I want you guys to think about is not just checking the box. Okay. Don't stick people on a drip campaign and think that's communication. That is your safety net. That's your insurance. Okay. I get it. Times get busy. You may have a super busy month. And, but I want you guys to make sure that you have it in your mind that if you miss that audit date, that monthly insight look up to your database to make sure everything is going well, that you set time aside to catch up on it. Okay. But don't just set them on a general drip campaign and forget about them. If you need a little bit more of a checklist or some guidance on some pointers on what to do, here's a 30-day database challenge. There's a simple task for each day, whether it's I'm going to contact 3 people, I'm going to add 3 people, or I'm going to audit my database, or I'm going to set up a new drip campaign, whatever it is. I'll go back to this just so you guys can see it. Somewhere in here. Here it is. Okay. So week 1, organize and segment. Kind of goes in order. You're going to audit any duplicates, outdated information. You're going to segment your contacts by the appropriate, tags and segments by category. Reminders, maybe you're going to send up a personalized email to 5 past clients. Maybe a CMA, grow and engage, all that. Okay. So just make sure that you're going to go through and do this. And if you just need something visually that you can print and you can literally check off, I might be a millennial, But there's something with the paper that I have, look at, you can't even see the notes that I have, but something with paper and pen that I can just check it off and it feels good. All right. So if you're that person, print this, save it. And again, maybe some of these you're like, I'm not gonna do that. Whatever it is. The goal is to change the behavior and make your database a daily part of your business. Okay, you're going in the morning, you're taking a look at it, you're seeing who your prospecting is going to be that day. Who on the call, real quick, just out of curiosity, who in the call prospects every single workday? I'm not going to say every day because we can, right? We have to have balance in this business. Who prospects or sets an hour aside a day or 30 minutes? Who consistently does that? And if the answer is no, which the majority of us is going to say no, okay, you have to make sure that you're setting that time, whether it's 30 minutes. And it's the same with prospecting, same with your database, same with every other task that we have to do within this business. But if you're not scheduling this stuff out, if you're not time blocking, and you've heard this before, if you're not running your calendar is running you, make that change in 2025. Let me tell you, when I started time blocking and using my calendar and everything, it was a huge change for me. I felt relief. I felt more organized. I could breathe because but it takes time. That's why I have this checklist, 30 days. By then, you're starting to get in the habit of it. It's becoming part of your nature, part of your business process. Okay. So if you need something like that, absolutely go there and leverage that part of it. But real quick, as we finish up here, and again, if you guys have questions, feel free to throw them in the chat box or unmute yourself. I want to talk about the CMA a day challenge. I always bring this up towards the end of the year because this is a critical moment in time for you guys to set the tone for your business in 2025, especially Q1. I want you guys to be so busy next year. We can wait around for the market to change, or we can create the market. Agents are doing it. Agents are having a killer year even this year because they're doubling down, they were going hard on some of these processes. If you've been on the call before, I'd mentioned Jimmy Burgess. He's a contributor to Inman News. He did a CMA Day challenge that I started to implement into the agents that I train and coach, the teams that I work with, and we have all seen some phenomenal results with that. So what he did is in 90 days, he was able to generate $11 million in listing business. $11 million in 90 days. Now, what I mean by that is active. Some may have closed, sold and closed, but active, right? He's gained $11 million in listing business because he sent one unsolicited CMA per day, per workday. All right. Now I say per workday because, right, you have holidays and days off and that whole balance. So he sent, in this example, a total of 72 CMAs over the 90-day period. I'm no engineer, but I love to look at data and I love understanding what's working for agents across the nation because then one, I can bring that back to you guys. But if it's working for one, and every market's a little bit different, how can I work backwards and implement this into my business as well? So if I know that if I send 72 CMAs within a 90-day period, I potentially could generate $11 million in listing business. Maybe it's a little bit more, maybe it's less. But here's the thing. If you sent 72 CMAs out over 3 months and you even got half of that, let's say 5 million, would that substantially set the tone and change your business in 2025? The answer is yes. For some of you, that could be the entire year of business that you've done over the last year or two or whatever it is. Maybe that's your average. I don't know. But if it's not your average and you wanted to add in a different prospecting strategy to generate more business and revenue, this could substantially change it. And I get calls, emails, and texts all the time of success stories from agents that have implemented this, tried it, and they're getting engagement activity. But what I mean by a CMA is not your standard phone book size, RPR, whatever platform you use to generate CMAs packet. I don't mean that. I mean simple. You're creating conversations. And I have some templates I'm going to share with you guys. So you're going to target basically anyone that owns a home. I say, people here that have been showed interest in selling their home over the past couple of years, or maybe it's past buyer clients who live in a home that you sold to them, or a homeowner in your area, a neighbor, people in your farm. Anyone that owns a home is going to get one of these from you. Okay. But let's talk about what it looks like. Of course, you're going to challenge yourself in the next 30 days, all that good stuff. All right. This is what I mean by simple, because here's the thing. If you're going to do a CMA a day, it takes some time to run that in RPR or whatever platform you use. I want you just to create more conversations. Conversations lead to closings. The more conversations you have, the more opportunities you're going to come across, the more deals you're going to end up closing. So a simple CMA. You're going to go to Zillow. A lot of us have feelings towards Zillow, but they're part of the game, okay? So whether you're doing a screenshot from this or a different platform, I don't care what platform it is, but this is a screenshot method. You're going to go to Zillow for the specific address that you're looking at, the person you're going to send this to. You're going to take a screenshot of that. It's hard to see on here, but this is a screenshot on my phone of what Zillow says they think their home value is. These are high-level views, remember? These are creating curiosity and conversations. And all you're going to say in that text is, hi, Dia, here is a snapshot of what Zillow thinks your home is worth currently. I have my opinion, but I'm curious about yours. And you're going to let it go. The amount of conversations this generates is insane. You're going to get a couple different responses. Wow, do you think my home's worth that much? If that was the case, I am ready to sell, or I am interested, or I would be curious. Okay. Or a lot of times we hear, I think my home's worth more. Cool. You know what, Dia, I agree with you. I think they're low on that. And honestly, if you've done any upgrades or anything, I think it's going to be higher than that. But let me do this. I'm going to do a deeper dive, and I'm going to get you some stronger numbers and true valuation for what your home's currently worth. Every time I've sent these out, I've never had a no. All the agents and teams and people that I work with and coach on haven't gotten a no. These are conversation starters. If you want an easy way, again, you're reaching out with value, but you're hooking them because you're creating that curiosity and you're starting a conversation. All right. So screenshot method, you could do that there. We have the text version or text template. Again, guys, these are Canva templates. My team's going to throw them in the chat box for you guys so you can take advantage of this. We have a text version like this, and then it'll be a 8.5 by 11 letter size as well if you wanted that version. Fully editable. So if you don't want to use Zillow, Redfin, this is when I had Opendoor in here because Realtor.com used to show Opendoor offers or estimates what they saw. The point again is not whatever platform you want to use. Again, you could put RPR's logo on there and use that. You could use any other platform. Doesn't matter. Okay. The point is to create conversations and curiosity. So in the text template, you just update the address, obviously all your information, any legal stuff you have to have on there, and then whoever you want to. And then you can simply, I just go to Zillow, for this example, paste in the number that they say for this specific address, Redfin, and then whoever else you want to use. And it's the same message. Hi, Elizabeth. Here is a snapshot of what some think your home is worth. I have my opinion on these, but I'm curious about yours. People have opinions. They are going to write back. Text is amazing because 99.9% read open rate and response, right? People respond to text quite a bit for that. So you can either take a screenshot of it or you can do something a little bit more professional. Again, you can change colors if you wanted to, doesn't matter. Fully customizable. Okay, so that's the text version. But this is what I mean by a simple CMA. Simple CMA. You're just piquing interest first. Now, if you're into video and you're creating video content, maybe you're going to create a video with it. It could be the screenshot behind you. It could be the text template in Canva that you're adding in. I love YouTube Shorts because the platform is easy. You can save it right to your phone. But I leverage the green screen capability behind all these platforms have it. Okay. So I create the graphic, I put it behind me, I record a quick, literally it's like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. And I'm just saying the script. Hey, Elizabeth, here's a snapshot of what some think your home is worth. Sometimes I say, here's a snapshot of what some of the industry platforms think your home is worth. It's a high level view. I have my opinion on these, but I'm curious about yours. Let me know. Can we all agree that sometimes as humans, we overcomplicate things? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Start sending some of these simple CMAs out. If you commit to one a day, you could do as simple as these are, you could do several a day. But again, I just want you guys to start the action. Start with one a day. Change the behavior. It becomes part of your prospecting, your daily prospecting. And I would be shocked if you start now over the next 30 days, the amount of conversations you're going to have, your first quarter and just 2025 in general, you are setting a strong tone for a very good year for that. Again, we have an 8.5 by 11. So if you wanted to print it or, just a larger version of it, fully editable, colors change the different platforms you want to promote or show on there. But then you can get these sent out to them. Okay. I put on here, identify 11 people to send this to. I would be ecstatic if you guys just do one a day over from now until the end of the year. Obviously, next week you have, Christmas and stuff like that. So probably gonna maybe skip that day. So maybe maybe on Monday, you're gonna do 3. And that covers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're back at it Thursday. Okay. But I want you guys to start this from now so then you can set the tone and get that pipeline of conversations going, and you start to identify people that are going to be in that pipeline, right? That you're going to work with for the next year. And I'll leave you with this. Your database is not a list of names. It's a treasure chest of opportunities. Okay. I want you guys to have the mindset and importance on your database. Organized, clean data, and a strong communication schedule for you to be able to target market them and just stay in front of those people more often. Okay. The more we nurture it, the richer it becomes. Think about growing that database. And at the very least, if you just take away today the CMA challenge, that alone will help get you positioned in a very strong way for your business next year. So I'm going to open up to questions. Hopefully everybody, let me check the chat box. Hopefully everybody got those links in there. Elizabeth, I do use the paid version of Canva, but you can swap if there's a paid element in there, and it will tell you, you can swap it out with a free one. There's lots of free assets in there, so you can do it. And Jennifer, I agree, the paid version of Canva is beyond worth it. Here's the thing, guys. If you have the pro version, which is like $12 a month, I think if you do the annual, you get a slight discount. But the pro version even allows you to schedule out your social media posts. So if you want to, like for example, Blueprint, if you go to blueprintpro.com, we have a bunch of different services, but our pro member program, it's $149 a month for that, but we give you guys a full marketing kit that has tons of social media posts and assets. And then if you just schedule those out in Canva, there's a lot of good benefits in the paid version. Do we mail these to potential sellers? Absolutely, Stephen. I think Stephen, not Stephen. I would. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you set an open house and you're meeting some of the neighbors, or maybe before that open house, you're handing these out, right? Before that open house starts, you're going to deliver one of those simple CMAs, 8.5 by 11, to everyone up and down that street. Okay. And again, hey, I just want to hand this out to you. you probably have seen on Zillow and stuff, but I just want to make sure everyone knows where they're, what some of these platforms are saying their home is worth. I have my opinion, but if you're ever interested in, getting a deeper dive in that, please let me know. Agreed, Elizabeth. Text. I would start with the texting. Great, great conversation pieces. Jojo, how do you download the 30-day checklist? It should allow you to download. If not, let me do this real quick, just so you guys have access to that. I believe it's in here. Share.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you could put that link in there too, just in case if they're
It's the
struggle with
public
the
link, but
phone.
maybe it doesn't let you download. So it's only showing, it's a view link, right? It's not allowing you to download.
I think that was the one that you had the code for before.
Yeah. I don't want to do the template link because then everything can change. Let's do this. I will get the this PDF over to Dia and the EOG team. So if you want to reach out to your escrow options group sales rep and or contact, and I'll make sure that they get it so that you guys can have that there. Or you can simply just email me and I'll get it there. There you go. Yeah, I'll get it to EOG. That way you guys can get with your person there and they can get it out to you. Awesome, guys. Again, I hope you took a couple of nuggets away from today that you can implement in your business, or at least get your mind going in the sense of preparing for the new year and really taking advantage and leveraging the data that you have in your database and treating it like any other business. And again, at the very least, at least starting those conversations with the CMA a day challenge. So we'll get those assets over to you guys. I can't thank you enough. Again, for you showing up today in the heart of the holidays, the end of the year, it just shows your dedication. So I really, really appreciate you guys showing up. If we can do anything for you guys at Blueprint or be a resource to you, please let us know. And so excited to get the session schedule over to EOG and EOGuniversity.com by Monday. So you guys can take a look at that. We have 3 trainings scheduled for January that you don't want to miss, including how the simplest way you can make faceless short form video content in Canva and be able to start getting video content out there in your business, even if you don't want to be in it. It's beautiful. Awesome, guys. I appreciate if you celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Hopefully we're all getting ready and excited for the new year, and just take some time next week to spend time with family and friends and recharge because I anticipate a very exciting and busy new year. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you.